How'd it feel being back out there after a week off?
Man, felt elite. Just to be out there with my teammates and be able to compete and play the game of football. It was a joy just to be out there, and um, you know, you realize being out a week how I don't know just how grateful being able to just play this game is. And to do it with people that you love. So I was just thankful to be able to have the opportunity to go out there and play football.
We were talking with some of the defensive players. This is like the fifth week in a row they've had to prepare for a team that they're not sure who's playing quarterback. So it's a position where there are, obviously some injuries. But before you got 45 straight games where you play. What talk about how you're able to be durable and answer the call 45 straight weeks in today's game.
Yeah, I think that's there's a lot of things that go into that. I think one is obviously with our training staff and strength staff being able to prepare us for the length of the seasons and the things that we need to do. Two, I think that doesn't happen without having great players around you that protect you well and that can do fantastic things. And I think obviously I think honestly God plays a big part in that too. Football is a contact sport, and I was blessed to play in that many games without missing one, and so I think prayers definitely work. I would say that, and so I think God definitely had a big part in that. But football is a violent game and physical game, so you take that risk every time you go out there to play the game. But thankful to be able to be out there again and to be able to have played that many games in a row.
Like Grim talked about, just doing it consistently for so long. How odd was it to not, to know that you're not playing in a game in a given week?
Yeah, it was definitely weird, and I think obviously the focus was being able to recover, and training staff did a great job on that, and the doctors and stuff. But yeah, it definitely felt weird. But my role, like I said, my role was different that week. It was to be able to help Ethan in any way that I could, and be, a coach on the field for him and a positive a voice to him all week. And that was my role to help the team to the best of my ability and getting healthy. So it was definitely weird, but whatever role is necessary to help the team be successful, that's what it takes.
What did you see from Ethan on that night? Obviously, looking ahead.
Yeah, I think he played really well. That's a tough environment to step in and have your first start, and I think he made a couple of really good plays, and was poised and went out there and played a efficient game, and obviously he would say there's things he would want back, and that happens in every game. But I was really impressed. I thought he played really well, and it was fun to see him go out there and spin the ball around.
I think PJ said that week you kind of served as the coach, the second quarterback coach, and then he said you probably want to get into coaching. So did that give you a little flavor?
Yeah, it was fun. If that's what when I can't play ball anymore, if that's the direction that I feel like I need to go, I definitely would enjoy that. But who knows? But I had fun. I had a lot of fun. Helping him out and doing what I could to help the team be successful that week. And yeah, who knows? Who knows when it's all said and done?
On the 99-yard and 86-yard drives to open the game, how did that ease your transition back?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, we were able to do things really efficiently and execute at all positions. And so I think, offensive football is not just a one-man position. It's about all 11 guys doing their jobs and executing. So, that's what it was all about. And we definitely started fast. We have to accelerate in the middle better, for sure, and execute better in that way. But yeah, it was awesome just to be back out there and keep the chains moving and then end those drives with touchdowns.
There's obviously a lot of focus on the passing game and going downfield. How do you feel like things are at with that part of the offense, and how soon and how quickly those kind of tweaks could get results on Saturdays?
Yeah, I think obviously when you go into any game, it's whatever it takes to win that football game. whether that's, needing to throw the ball a certain amount of times or, being able to run the ball a certain amount of times, whatever it takes to win the game. And I think our coaches trust all our guys to go out there and do that and, go out there and execute when those plays are called and to be efficient in those, shot plays or whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, we just continue to execute. And, I think our receivers continue to just get better and better and better and better. And, at the quarterback position, we got to continue to get better too and continue to be more accurate and, give them more chances to go out there and make plays, from our position. But, I think our coaches have done a great job of preparing everybody in the offense and then putting fantastic game plans out in front of us. And, again, at the end of the day, whatever it takes to win the football game, that's what it's going to take. And that's what we have to do and execute and go make it happen.
On Saturday, we talked a lot about Mo's work kind of behind the scenes to
Yeah.
get to that point to set the record that he did on Saturday. Are there any examples of what you've seen around the facility from him?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can just talk about the hours logged that he has in the training room.
Yeah.
I think whenever I'm taking a break watching film, come down and see Mo in the training room doing something, and he's always efficient with what he does and takes care of his body really well. So literally he talked about morning, after practice, and then a late. He's logging hours in there in the training room to be able to give himself an opportunity to be at his best on Saturday for his teammates, and to do it and go out there and play for the guys next to him. So I think, his hours logged in there is probably pretty insane. And that's a testament to his determination and commitment and a really good example for the whole team.
Go ahead.
Have you seen his understanding of just schematic football improve over the last year, given his injury?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, after the game is, I think last year just asking more why questions. He was in there in their game planning meetings and stuff like that, and the run game meetings, and so he definitely understands things a lot better. Which I think he was a very smart player before that. So he's taken another big step in that way, and it's cool to see. It's cool to talk about, especially talking about protection and stuff like that. When he sees it more through a quarterback's lens and things like that, and to see it more from how the running backs look at it and things like that. So it's pretty cool. And, he's really smart. And it's a testament to the work that he's put in over his entire career, especially the last year.
What do you see from Nebraska's defense?
Yeah, I think, the first thing you look at is they got dudes everywhere. Up front in the front seven and their secondary, guys that can play football at a really high level. So we got to be at our best on Saturday, and they know their scheme very well, and so they play football at a high level. And again, they have guys that can play at a high level in every position. So again, we got to be at our best, and it's going to be a good challenge that we're excited for this Saturday.
Time for one or two more for Tanner.
We've asked a couple of these guys about the 2020 game where there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And you guys had 30 or whatever. Guys, what do you remember of that day?
Yeah, I remember the night before we got there, it was like 54, 55 degrees. And then you just opened up the blinds, and it was snowing, in the morning, in the frozen field when we got there. And I think their snow removal, whatever you want to call it, whatever the name for it, was broke. So they had a ton of people out there shoveling, and it was like, man, this is going to be fun. And it was fun because of, it was different, unique, and, to be able to combat adversity the way we did that day. And, it's an awesome stadium, an awesome venue, great fans, and an opportunity to play in a fantastic environment that we're excited for.
What has Tyler Newman and his leadership meant to your team?
Yeah, it's infectious. He's very vocal, and he puts his heart out, pours his heart out every day, to his teammates, and really gives it everything he has each and every single day he's out there on the field. And I think that's infectious to the team. And obviously he's playing at a really, really high level, and his leadership over the past year has been awesome for us. And it's awesome because he is going to wear his heart on his sleeve every single day. He's going to put it all out there, And he demands that from everybody else around him too, which is, I think, elevated a lot of guys around him.
I know you're still focused on the season, but it's the Caps for Cancer still
Yeah,
going along?
yeah, definitely still going along. So hit that up, capsforcancer.com. So still doing our best to raise money for the Angel Foundation.
All good with Tanner? All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have an elite week.